Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Khoj Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Our recitation is the 11th stanza or pauri from Gaudi Ki War, Mahalla Chautha, Guru Ramdas. The first of two sloks first. Slok Mahalla Chautha, Aggon de sat bhau na Dichai, Pichon de akhya kam na aave, ਅੱਧ ਵਿੱਚ ਫਿਰੇ ਮਨ ਮੁਖ ਵਿਚਾਰਾ ਗੱਲੀ ਕਿਉਂ ਸੁਖ ਪਾਵੈ ਜਿਸ ਅੰਦਰ ਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਕੀ ਸੋ ਕੂੜੀ ਆਵੈ ਕੂੜੀ ਜਾਵੈ ਜੇ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਹਰ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਕਰਤਾ ਤਾਂ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਪਾਰ ਬ੍ਰਹਮ ਨਦਰੀ ਆਵੈ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਿਓ ਪੀਵੈ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਗੁਰ ਕੇਰਾ ਸਭ ਕਾੜਾ ਅੰਦੇਸਾ ਭਰਮ ਚੁਕਾਵੈ ਸਦਾ ਆਨੰਦ ਰਹੇ ਦਿਨ ਰਾਤੀ ਜਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਅਨ ਦਿਨ ਗੁਣ ਗਾਵੈ The second slok. ਗੁਰ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਕਾ ਜੋ ਸਿੱਖ ਅਖਾਏ ਸੋ ਭਲਕੇ ਉਠ ਹਰ ਨਾਮ ਧਿਆਵੈ ਉਦਮ ਕਰੇ ਭਲਕੇ ਪ੍ਰਭਾਤੀ ਇਸਨਾਨ ਕਰੇ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਸਰਨਾਵੈ ਉਪਦੇਸ਼ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰ ਹਰ ਜਪ ਜਾਪੈ ਸਭ ਕਿਲ ਵਿਖ ਪਾਪ ਦੋਖ ਲਹਿ ਜਾਵੈ ਫਿਰ ਚੜ੍ਹੇ ਦਿਵਸ ਗੁਰਬਾਣੀ ਗਾਵੈ ਬਹਿੰਦਿਆਂ ਉੱਠਦਿਆਂ ਹਰ ਨਾਮ ਧਿਆਵੈ ਜੋ ਸਾਸ ਗਿਰਾਸ ਧਿਆਏ ਮੇਰਾ ਹਰ ਹਰ ਸੋ ਗੁਰ ਸਿੱਖ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਨ ਭਾਵੈ ਜਿਸਨੂੰ ਦਿਆਲ ਹੋਵੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਸੁਆਮੀ ਤਿਸ ਗੁਰ ਸਿੱਖ ਗੁਰੂ ਉਪਦੇਸ਼ ਸੁਣਾਵੈ ਜਨ ਨਾਨਕ ਧੂੜ ਮੰਗੈ ਤਿਸ ਗੁਰ ਸਿੱਖ ਕੀ ਜੋ ਆਪ ਜਪੈ ਅਵਰਹਿ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਾਵੈ ਪੌੜੀ ਜੋ ਤੁਧ ਸੱਚ ਧਿਆਇਂਦੇ ਸੇ ਬਿਰਲੇ ਥੋੜੇ ਜੋ ਮਨ ਚਿਤ ਕਿਆ ਰਾਧ ਤੇ ਤਿਨ ਕੀ ਬਰਕਤ ਖਾਹੇ ਅਸੰਖ ਕਰੋੜੇ ਤੁਧਨੋਂ ਸਭ ਧਿਆਇਂਦੀ ਸੇ ਥਾਏ ਪਏ ਜੋ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਲੋੜੇ ਜੋ ਬਿਨ ਸਤਿਗੁਰ ਸੇਵੈ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਪੈਣਦੇ ਸੇ ਮੂਏ ਮਰ ਜੰਮੇ ਕੋੜੇ ਓਏ ਹਾਜ਼ਰ ਮਿੱਠਾ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਬਾਹਿਰ ਵਿਸ ਕੱਢੇ ਮੁਖ ਖੋਲੇ ਮਨ ਖੋਟੇ ਦਏ ਵਿਛੋੜੇ So this passage, the second slok, is often cited to define a Sikh. The definition of a Sikh is captured beautifully in this passage, in this slok. So we will touch on this slok first. Gur Satgur ka jo Sikh akhaye, so palke uthe har naam te aave. So if you wish to be called a Sikh, or if you claim to be a Sikh, then without any haste, you should arise at once, meaning palke, tomorrow. Don't waste any time. Immediately, without much ado, get on it. And what should you do? Uth har naam te aave. Meditate on the heart self upon arising. The idea here is that you want to create a rhythm for the day, and this builds a certain kind of discipline, and the mornings are and have been considered to be the best times for contemplation. Now, of course, this is assuming that you're not working the night shift. But regardless, what we ought to understand is that we need to certainly put aside some time in the day where we can meditate, contemplate, reflect. Guru Ramdas is pointing to the crack of dawn. Uddam kare palake parabhati. Now, given the way we are organized today, that may or may not be possible for some people. People work through different shifts, have different hours. So it is probably okay for that time when he lived, because they were primarily agrarian societies, that the rhythm of the day moved with the sun, and it made eminent sense. But regardless, the point being made is you need to set aside time for contemplation, meditation on the self. And that means quite a few things, as we will see. Isnan kare amrit sar nave. There's two types of isnans here, bathing. One is physical, the other is spiritual. Amrit sar nave means spiritual bathing. Amrit is Naam, to dive deep into Naam. Upadesh Guru har har jap jape. Upadesh Guru, the instruction of the Guru on how to do jap and how to realize through jap. Now, jap, the meaning of the word jap is also debated nowadays because our outlook is different, and we want to be very careful because the word itself suggests uttering or even muttering lowly. A word constantly is jap. And that seems to be parrot-like, mechanical, meaningless to an individual living in the 21st century. But before we dismiss it, we ought to be careful and understand what exactly does the Guru imply when he says jap, when he in fact asks you to utter a word over and over again, that there may be some logic behind repeating a word over and over again. The idea is to get the mind into a particular rhythm. So japa jape, but then again, surely it is not just recitation, but it is also reflection. It's not just one thing. It's a variety of things that you do. So that's what you have to do based on how the Guru instructs you, which means that we have to engage with the Guru and understand for ourselves what the Guru is saying. Now, I personally am of the view that jap does indeed begin with recitation and repetition. And then it becomes jap and jape. But it doesn't stop there. It also means gun-gavana. It means recitation of bani. And we will see some of those elements in this salok. So if you do this, the Guru says, Sab kil vikh paap dokh leh jave. Your anxieties, your fears, your errors will all leave you. In other words, you will regain new vitality. So the Guru says that's the first thing you need to do, is to get into a state of meditation. Then, fir chade divas gurbani gave. So there seems to be this sequence. Once the sun is out, in other words, the day begins, the expectation is that one will join the congregation in doing kirtan. Again, it's difficult for those living in urban centers outside of India especially to congregate every morning. It doesn't happen. It only happens on Sundays. But we also have the technology to actually listen to Gurbani and sing along. So, Chade Divas Gurbani gave, and then Bendiyan Uttiyan Har Naam Te Ave. Mindfulness in all your actions during the day. So carry out your tasks very mindfully. And then the Guru says, look, Jo saas giras te aaye mera har har, so gur sikh Guru man paave. Such a Sikh is dear to the Guru. Jisno dayal hove mera swami, tis gur sikh Guru upadesh sunave. So a Sikh who has the occasion to listen to the Guru should consider himself or herself graced, blessed. And Jana Nanak Tur Mangetis Gur Sikh ki, जो आप जपै avara naam japave. So the Guru, Nanak, the servant here, is speaking as the devotee. He says, Tur mange tis Gursikh ki. I submit to such a Gursikh who meditates and gets other people to do the same. So you see, that's the definition of a Sikh, that a Sikh lives mindfully, that a Sikh lives in a state of concordance with the self, which is hukam. So this is a beautiful definition of a Sikh. And the salok actually begins by saying, look, aggon de satbhavna dichai, pichon de akhya kamana ave. The teachings of the Satgur, if not practiced with sincerity today, that is why the Guru says, palke ut. And here the Guru is cautioning you, if you don't do it with sincerity, and you don't do it now, are of no use in the end, you see. Pichon, he's saying pichon, piche da akhya kamana ave, then the opportunity is lost. So this is a matter of seizing the opportunity, which is this human life. So don't waste your time. But the manamukh, most of us, the Guru says, adda vich phire manamukh, caught in the middle, double-minded. Adda vich phire manamukh vechara, the poor fellow is caught. Galleen kyon sukh paave? How are you going to enjoy the bliss of her through mere talking? And jis andar preet nahi Satgur ki, so kudi aave, kudi jave. So one comes in delusion, one goes in delusion. In other words, the life of a manmukh achieves no real purpose. So therefore the Guru says, seek the blessing of the Gur enlightener and reflect on the self. And in the conclusion, Pauri, the Guru does caution us and he says, Jo tud sach te ainde se virle thode. Jo tud te ainde. Rare. It's the rare bird that practices this. Ki jo man ik chit aradate tinki barkat kahe asankh karode. These are individuals who are rare birds and they carry humanity forward. They evolve humanity forward. They're not doing this for themselves. They're doing it to move others along with them to create a better world. Tudno sabte aindi se thai pe jo sahib lode. So you have to have the motivation, the will, sahib lode, yearning for the Guru. Jo bin Satgur seve khade pende se muhe mar jamme kode. Without the Satgur, you're like an untouchable, a leper. Very strong words. Very, very strong words. So become that rare individual. Become accomplished. Become exceptional. Now, you know, in the US, where I'm based, we talk about American exceptionalism. I would say to you, Gursikhi is being exceptional. On that note, until the next time, Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.